Let's learn Pirkei Avos, Perek Aleph, Mishna Yud Gimel 13. Hu haya omer Nigad Shmei Avad Shmei. This Mishna has a series of observations which all have a little bit of sort of a surprise and also like a rhyme to them. Nigad Shmei, if someone makes his name great, Avad Shmei causes his name to be lost. If a person, in other words, is too focused on self-aggrandizement and focusing on how people perceive his identity, then that pursuit will actually cause your name to be destroyed because you won't be as authentic and as virtuous as you may otherwise have been able to be. Udala Mosif Yasaf, if someone doesn't add, he loses. Here, Mosif is commonly interpreted to be referring to his knowledge. If you don't learn more, then you know less because, well, fill in the blank, perhaps because you forget and don't replenish your knowledge, or because if you're not a person who's growing in the learning, then you're become a less learning-oriented person, and the learning decreases. Udala Yalif Kat Lachayav. Here it's a little bit of an extreme formulation that if a person doesn't learn, doesn't value study and the drive to understand more, then he sort of makes, literally, Kalachayev deserves to be killed. Obviously, there's no death penalty for lack of learning, but to say that what makes our life worth living is the fact that we use it to learn and grow. And lastly, Udishtamish Bitaga Chalif. If someone makes unworthy use of the crown of Torah, uses it to advance his own personal agendas or needs, then you're sort of abusing the Torah knowledge that you have achieved, and therefore will be cut off. The next Mishnah Yudal Hoya Omer, he would also teach us, this is Hillel, Im Eina Nili Mili, Ukishanila Atzmi Ma'ani. Here we have three teachings, and the first two are a pair. The first, Im Ein Anili Mili, if I don't take care of myself, who will take care of me? If I don't look out for myself, I won't become the responsibility of others. I therefore have to take care of myself. However, Kishani Latzmi, if I do that, meaning to the extreme, and I'm fully focused on myself, then Ma'ani, what am I worth? If I'm only concerned about others, there'll be no one there to be concerned with me. But if I'm too concerned with myself, then what am I really worth if I'm not concerned with others? And this Mishnah is trying to create a balance of self and community or others, that we need to take primary responsibility for ourselves, but also realize that we can't be completely consumed with ourselves. Similarly, if a person, if you think about it in the economic theories, so if a person's a socialist and only cares about the community and there's no self, then their self gets neglected inevitably because of human nature. And therefore, it's important to take care of ourselves. And capitalism drives people towards success. But if a person is too capitalistic and too focused on the self and a pure capitalist, then he becomes quite a cruel and unvirtuous person. Ma'ani, what am I worth? A person needs to have this balance where we are concerned with ourselves, our responsibility towards ourselves, but are also concerned in balance with the community. And the third teaching seems to be a little bit separate. Im lo achshav matai, if not now, then when? Seize the moment. The time is now. This third concept maybe is a response to the first two, and saying all this theorizing about the self and the community and li and latzmi. Just act and don't spend too much time in the philosophical realm, but also in the active realm, and just do good, because if not now, then when? Let's do one more Mishnah 15, Tesvav, Shammai Omer, Asay Toratcha Keva, make your Torah set, fixed, consistent, Zman Kavua. So the Torah study should become a fixture in our schedules, so that we'll keep to it and we'll stick to that routine. Number two, emor ma'at va'aseh harbe. Speak a little and do a lot. Don't overpromise, actually underpromise, and then try to exceed what we said we would do. The many Mefarshim point to Avraham and tells the Malachim, I'll give you a little food, and then he gives them an entire feast. As an example of emor ma'at va'aseh harbe, this doesn't necessarily have to refer to our promise versus that which we deliver. It could also be a general concept that a person's actions should exceed his words, that a person should be more of a doer than a speaker. We should be able to learn from people's actions more than from what they say. Emor ma'at va'aseh harbe. And lastly, have a mekabel as kol adam b'sever panim yafos, and always greet people with a pleasant face. That, I think this is saying not just to be nice and to be kind and to be friendly, but that just that face that you use, that you put on to greet someone, can make a big difference and show a person that we care about them, that we're interested in them, just by the way that we greet each other all the time.